Look at that. I left these guys 20 minutes. They're climbing on these branches. They're loving it. There's two of them. They're both hanging out with each other. Look at this. Just chilling out on the branches. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I know we're wrapping things up here for the day. It was a long day. Did a lot of snake business, setting up enclosures, breaking out reptichip bags, putting pieces of, actually Pablo did most of it. I shouldn't take credit for it, but it was a long day. Fridays are always long, and but fun. We did some fun stuff, so you guys are gonna get to see us set up some enclosures, put the snakes in the enclosures, and we even set up the inside one. And I'm not gonna tell you what I put in there. You're gonna have to stay tuned and find out for yourself. What's up, guys? I'm here outside my outdoor enclosure. I got my olive python here. When I took Xena out here, I had a glove on, and she bit me through the glove. It only nicked me, but it looks worse than it is, actually. But anyway, I wanted to film. I know it's a little bright here, so I'm sorry about that. But I wanted to film putting her into her new outdoor enclosure here. This girl is about 12 years. Actually, she might be about 14 years old. About 12 or 13 years old she is. Never bred for me. We're bringing her outside here. She's actually cold because she was inside in my room that's cooled down. But right now she's going to be going outside here. And it's much warmer outside than it actually is inside. But at night it gets a little cooler here in Florida, so she's going to get definitely some fluctuations in temperature. She's going to have the ability to climb. She's got a hide box here we talked about. She has heat under there. Inside this heat box, she's got a radiant heat panel, or actually really heat tape. She has branches that we set up for her. She's got a beautiful water dish. This girl has been dying to climb for years. And you know how I know that? Because every time she escapes, which is every once in a while, all I see her is she's climbing all over the place. So it's a little bright here now, so maybe I'll show her when the sun goes down again, and we'll see how she's doing. But we're going to put her in here. We're going to get the male, and I'm going to put the male in with her, so they're going to be together. And then on the other side, we're going to put the other two olive pythons, the ones I just got from my friend in New York there. So let's go get the male. All right, guys, now I have my head albino male out here. Look at the luminescence. I've never seen him outside. I don't know if I've ever had this guy outside. Look at that luminescence. It's got like a rainbow of shine in his, look at his head. He's got like blue and reds in there. That's really kind of cool. And he's gonna go in there with his girlfriend. Hopefully he gets the job done now that he's an outdoor snake. Tom Crutchfield swears this is the way to do it. Make the snakes feel like they're in nature. Even though this snake never was in nature. The female, I'm not so sure, probably not an albino. But they have the natural instincts. They want to go and climb, they want to move, they want to do things, they want to thermoregulate. Now they're going to have that ability to do that. Look at that. That male is pretty big, Pablo. Look how long it is. These snakes have got to be like 12 feet long. They're really, really long. They're obviously not as thick. You know, Australian snakes are not that thick. Look at her with her tail up.
Yeah.
See that? I wonder if that means anything. I think it usually means that they're not interested. But they're going to be hanging out here for quite a while. So they got water. They're pretty well. I've fed this female a lot over the last month and a half to 2 months. We've been feeding her like jumbo rats. And the male, I've been kept on a very lean diet all year. He really hasn't. Maybe he's had, what, 6 or 7 meals this year? 8 meals maybe the whole year? We've been feeding him like once a month almost. And to keep him leaner. And let's see what they do, you know? They know each other. I really want to see, and I can't really look in the sun because I got the sun blasting on me, but this is it. Everything's ready to go here. We're going to close this up. We're going to go bring out the other olive pythons, and then later we'll come back and I'll take a look and see how they're doing in their naturalistic enclosure. All right, guys, now we're back with the second enclosure. Now, originally this is designed, I was going to put the male in here and the female in here, and that might happen at some point. And then I was going to just open the divider and this becomes one big cage. But you know what? I'm like, these are pretty big. This is kind of big. So now that I have 2 pairs of albino olives, or some hets and some albinos, I'm going to put two pairs, one pair in here, and then what I can do is I can swap. You know, maybe one smelling the other, one male smelling the other. We'll get them going. So I think this might be good to have them right next to each other. So this female is not as big. Now that might be, that you would think that that would be a disadvantage, but not with olive pythons. Actually, this one might actually be better equipped to actually produce some babies, because sometimes they're a little overweight. Now mine are obviously a lot older than these. These are probably only a couple years old. Mine is 12 years old, so there's a big difference. But I think these are big enough to definitely to breed. And this is the male actually. So the male is the albino on this pair, and the female is the het albino. So let's put the male in first. There's new enclosure. Buddy, you got a brand new enclosure here. Don't you want to explore it? Here. Let's see these arboreal nature of these guys. This snake's like, I don't want it. I want to go back in my cage. I don't want to stay over here. Come on, big boy. Okay. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want any part of this. There he goes. All right. See if he takes up. Let's see if he goes in there by himself now.
Yeah.
He's wrapped around my scooter right now, but now he's like, oh, a tree branch. What's this? He's like, whoa, real substrate. I don't have paper under me anymore. This is crazy. I think they're really gonna like it out here. Look, he's going home by himself now.
Yeah.
There he goes. All right. Look at that. He's really loving it. He's digging it. He's digging it. All right, let's close this up, and then let's go get the other one. All right, guys, this female we're putting in there now is actually, this is a het albino. She's actually in shed. She's actually shedding in my hand right now. As you can see, the skin coming off here. I thought she looked a little gray. That's good, because I just fed her a big meal last week. Now she's shedding, and now she'll be ready for her boyfriend here, who's exploring the cage right now. Let's see if she'll take off here. Come on. Ah, look at that arboreal move she just made. Take the highest branch. There's no way to go from that highest branch. You got to shed. You should get on the floor and start shedding that skin off. Okay, here we go. Look at her going right to the top there. There's no way to go from there. She's like, how do I get into this thing? I think she's gonna poop too.
Yeah.
We fed her a pretty big rat last week. We fed her a jumbo. All right, there she goes. So we got the male down on the bottom there. Take a look at him. He's just chilling in the substrate, warming himself up here with the sun blasting on this cage. And the female's like, can I get out of this place? She's gonna realize she can't. She's gonna have to settle for a smaller branch or a lower branch. Oh, there she goes. If this snake can't shed it outside, then she never will be able to, that's for sure. Yeah, she's gonna rub against those branches. It's gonna be so much easier for her to shed now that she's actually in a place where there's like bark, there's branches, there's substrate, there's even the outside of this cage is rough here. It's kind of cool. Chase Anderson, my good friend, did an awesome job with these cages. He came last night, right after work. He'd been working all day, and he actually installed the box for the thermostat. Thermostat we have on the back of this thing. So this thing's all. These guys are ready to go. So we're gonna leave him here. We're gonna let her shed out, and then the other enclosure that Pablo just put some really nice branches in. We're gonna go get the Bradley pythons for that. Let's go. All right, we just moved my super fire diamond female and the fire diamond male into the colder room here, which is, I didn't really want to put it in the colder room, but I wanted to put it in this nice big 6-foot enclosure with lights, and I can really appreciate the super fire diamond here. And hopefully these guys will breed this year. I saw some breeding action a couple months ago. I've had them together for about 2 months. I don't know, she's really big, but I've had her for quite a while. She's 7 years old. So she's definitely primed and ready. She's given me slugs on 2 occasions because I can never get the males to actually breed this girl. I don't know why. I have very bad luck with fire diamonds, but I think that maybe I wasn't getting them cold enough. So I put them in this room. Maybe we'll get some better luck in here because when I cool down the facility, this room stays a little colder. So that might work for these guys. I think these guys need to be cooler than you think. That's my new theory. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, so now we're in the indoor enclosure here. This is, Pablo really set this up nice. He found I showed you the other day, he found a thicker piece of wood, which I really love. This is like another piece of eucalyptus. And he went out there and cut it today in the blistering hot sun. And what I'm gonna do is I decided I'm putting a male and female super fire diamond in here. They're gonna hang out together in here. They're small, as you can see. These are still young guys that I'm growing up. But they're gonna hang out in here, and I think because of the black interior, I figured that the super fire diamond is gonna look really cool here. And they're gonna get to climb, and we're gonna see. I want to really observe their behavior. Do boas climb a lot? Are they gonna stay up high, or are they gonna go low? And the heat is up high, so they're gonna have to go up high if they want to actually warm up. But you know what? I was just thinking, Pablo. You know, it's so smooth. This thing. I wonder if they're gonna have problems. You know, maneuvering on that shelf there. We might have to put something on there, like paper or something like that, or because it's like almost too slippery for them. They need something to grip onto. Didn't even think about that. So I think we can come up with like some that, you know, that fake astroturf, like that green. I hate that stuff because if they pee on it, it stinks. But maybe if we put it up there, they won't. Just on the top piece, they won't do it. Or maybe some over here and some over there, like turf. You know, and then we could always take it out and wash it out if we have to. The bottom is where they, you know, hopefully they'll go and do their poops and pee down there. And we have the reptichip down there, and that probably want to change that for 6 months at least, because they don't, you know, that stuff is. I don't know what reptichip. There must be some kind of bacterial organisms there because I've never seen anything absorb moisture, urine, and urates better than reptichip. I would really switch to my whole facility. I just don't want to deal with it. I like paper because I like to see what's going on. I like to see if the snake has a weird bowel movement or urate. You know, I want to see it, and you don't see it so much with that. So to me, I usually put the reptichip with my lizards. Usually I stick with the paper for the snakes, but for naturalistic enclosure, you got to go with reptichip, man. All right, I put the male in too, so they're both climbing on the tree branches here. Pretty cool. Super fire diamond. And I just we figured out what's going on here. The radiant heat panel that's underneath is actually not projecting upward, so that they're not going to get warm up there. They can bask in the UV light up there if they want, but if they want to warm up, I'm going to have to build them a shelf or something like that so they can get under that radiant heat panel and warm themselves when they're A, eating, or B, breeding at some point in the future. I think that's going to be the solution here, unfortunately. So we have to add something to this. I'm sure this was designed with an arboreal creature in mind, and maybe they thought we were going to put some perches or something like that there. But it's a huge heat panel. It goes spans the whole thing. The problem is that these guys are not going to be able to bask on it because there's no. I don't know why this platform should have been over there. To me, that's something that's a defect in the design of this. If you're gonna put a heat panel underneath the shelf, look at that baby, what a beautiful snake. If you're gonna put a heat panel under those, you gotta have a shelf that they can actually sit on and bask and warm up to. So, thank God, Pablo's very handy. He'll rig something up.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah. All right, we got our Bolin's cage filled with some reptichip now too. Since I put this beautiful piece of wood in here, I figured we might as well really make the cage look naturalistic here, aside from our white water bowl. And this Bolin's, I told you, has been loving this piece of wood. And we're gonna do the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna do this cage down here. This is my diamond python from Crutchfield. This is my biggest one, right there. And we're gonna put some reptichip in here, and we're gonna get that little piece of wood that I probably spent $50 on, which is, it looks nice, but it's too small. It probably belongs in a 3-foot cage. we're gonna get that out of there, and I'm gonna get one of the ones from outside. I'm gonna put it here, and then so we'll decorate this one next week. The goal probably for the end of next week would be to get these lights, like Pablo's got these lights installed all this, and get them in all the cages, so we can really enjoy it. Look, I mean, look how nice those lights look in those big 6-foot cages. So, little by little. Look at that. I left these guys 20 minutes. They're climbing on these branches. They're loving it. There's 2 of them. They're both hanging out with each other. Look at this. Just chilling out on the branches. That's what it's all about. Give them a natural setting, and then I can observe. And this is like me being actually in the Amazon rainforest there. I guess these guys might be in Bolivia, right? The Boa amorale, which is what the super fires have kind of come from. They're from Bolivia. It's kind of cool. It's cool there. But they got rainforest, and I'm sure they're climbing around there too, in the trees. This is just like so cool to see these boas in their natural environment. It's just really awesome. I even gave them a little UV light. They have a UV light up there, so if you want to bask. I just want to see what their behavior is. You know, I'm so used to breeding things in tubs and drawers, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's very convenient if you're a breeder. But just to see how they would interact with tree branches and, you know, some kind of substrate, and being able to go high or low depending on, you know, whatever their desires are. That's just awesome. You're just checking out the whole place, scoping it out. She's eating that medium rare I just gave her. She ate 6 chicks and a medium rare. You're not getting any food for a few days. You're gonna get 5 days off now. That's a big rat too. She must have been very hungry. She wasn't eating when I first got her. She would only eat the chicks. She wouldn't eat the rat. Let's see if she can get that thing down to her belly. She's getting it down, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to change her water bowl now too, so. Look at that, is that cool? You like that, you see? I'm not a bad guy, I'm a good guy. No reason to be afraid of me, even though I'm shining a light in your face. I like to win over the animals that want nothing to do with me. I don't know what it is. The male loves to come out. He loves to get pet. She wants no part of it. She's a little nasty, but that's why I like her better. Isn't that what we all want we can't have, right? We all want the woman we can't, who doesn't want to date us. Same thing. All right, sun's down, checking out the olive pythons. These are the smaller pair. This female is just exploring all over the place. She's just loving climbing and checking out what's going on. I thought the male escaped at first, and I said, this is an escape route. Then I realized he's actually in the hide box over there. So he's chilling by the heat. So, and it's not even cold out. But I guess, you know, 75 degrees for these guys might be a little cold. I don't know. He's feeling chilly. He was in the process of shed. Actually, this is the male, I'm sorry. The female's up there, and she's in the process of shedding, so she's probably just staying a little warm while she's shedding. Plus, I think she ate a big meal, but like several days ago. I figured she probably digested it, but maybe she didn't. So she's in there digesting. You can't really see in the hide box. I'd have to open this up. I don't feel like unlocking it right now. So the male is chilling. You know what? He might smell the other male. That's probably what's happening. You know, I got confused for a second because my female is my albino and my male is my het. So, and they're chilling in this cage over here, right next to each other. And I think that male is not liking the fact that he's smelling that other male, which is good. Maybe they will, maybe a little jealousy. So you can see him through the cage. He definitely smells that male. And if this male is not going to do the job like he hasn't done for the last couple of years, then I'm going to put the other guy in. I got a designated hitter over there, or a pinch hitter, whatever you want to call them, whatever baseball term you want to use. They were climbing before. Now they're kind of just laying on the floor, chilling. So I love seeing them in this enclosure, though. It's badass. All right, I opened the door up. Now, of course, he's going to come out. He's going to come out. He wants to get to that other female, or that other male and female, I should say. He wants to fight the male, breed the female. But I'll let him go crazy a little bit because I have a male in with the other female already. So you're going to have to kind of hang out here. I know you want to get to that other cage. You're not going to do it. Let's take a look in here. There's our female in the hide box right by the heat tape, so that's cool. And this guy's escaping, so we don't want him to escape. So we're going to put him back. He's definitely interested. He seems like, you know, I got to get to this female because it's important. It is kind of funny, but that's good. That's what we wanted. Everyone always says it's easy to breed olive pythons if you have more than one male. So, okay, I'll swap them. We can do combat, whatever we want to do, we'll do to get these things to breed. That is one of my main project goals this year is to breed albino olive pythons. It's been way too long that I've been failing, and I don't like to fail at anything. And I always say, if you don't give up, you'll always accomplish your goals. So I haven't given up, and I've changed some things up now. We got them outside, and we got a second pair. So let's see if that helps. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. The sun is setting here on Cape Coral, Florida. It's beautiful, 75 degrees. I got my snakes outside. I got snakes inside in beautiful enclosures. And little by little, we're making this thing look great. And that's what it's all about. I'm so happy with the way things are turning out. We still have a lot of lights to install and a lot of cages. I still have some more cages I want to buy. There's a lot of stuff I'm still doing. I have a lot of different ideas, and hopefully you guys will follow me along on the journey, because it is a journey and it's always evolving. It's always changing. What I did 2 years ago is not the same thing as I'm going to do this year. Am I going to still breed boas and ball pythons and carpets? Of course. But I got other stuff as well. So keep you occupied. I can feed croc monitors for you. That's kind of cool. Watching a big dinosaur eat a rat or some chickens and stuff like that, right? Pretty cool. Got to keep it fresh. The question is, will I keep the croc monitors or give them back to my friend Shane? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but you know, I'm going to have two big water monitors pretty soon when my albinos get bigger. So I have to consider that. I'm going to need enclosures for them as well. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you like to see all those crazy super fire juveniles crawling around that big enclosure, using those tree branches like they're supposed to. And that's what it's all about, right? Something new every time. All right, guys, if you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.